Students, let us start with Chapter 3, Demand. Demand is the quantity of a commodity which a buyer desires, is able and willing to buy at a given price at a given point of time. So we say demand means desire plus purchasing power plus readiness to purchase at a given price and at the given time. So demand is thus determined by 5 factors: desire, willingness to buy, ability to buy, a particular price and at a particular point of time. Factors affecting demand are price of the commodity or service, factors other than price. First, price of a commodity. Now this is the most important determinants of its demand. When price of a goods falls, then the demand is more by a rational consumer. So we say demand expands. And when price rises, most of the consumer will buy less. So the demand contracts. So two words we learned is demand expands and demand contracts. Now the second point is other determinants. First, taste and preference of a consumer. Second, income of a consumer. Third, price of related goods. There we have 2 points: price of substitute goods and price of complementary goods. Fourth, expectation about future prices. And the last is size and demographic profile of population. First, taste and preference of a consumer. The nature, fashion, taste and preference of a people affect the demand. They often change according to their fashions or according to the change in their ages, or the taste may matter. So accordingly there can be a change. Second is income of a consumer. As the income increases, the demand can increase. As the income decreases, the demand can decrease. But there are exceptional cases also, like inferior goods. Third topic is price of related goods. There are 2 points: substitute goods and complementary goods. First, price of a substitute goods. They can use alternative in the satisfaction of a want. So, in the competitive world, each product may have different brands. So, if the substitute goods price falls, the consumer may choose to replace his current brand with the substitute. So, the demand for good falls when price of its substitute falls. Second one we said is complementary goods. Complementary goods means, like, when you buy one, you have to purchase the other thing. Like for example, mobile phone and the SIM card, air condition and electricity, both goes together. Spectacle frame and spectacle glasses. So if the complementary good rises, then the demand for the original good falls. Since these goods are jointly consumed, price rise in even one of these goods makes the joint consumption expensive, and so the consumer demand lesser of both. Fourth is exceptions about the future price. An individual expects that in future the price may rise, and so at present he demands and purchases at the current period. Fifth point is size and demographic profile of a population. When the number of consumer increases, demand increases, and if the consumer decreases, demand also decreases. So according to the population, the demand depends. If there is any change in the age also, like for example the population of children increases, the demand for commodity or things which are useful to children also goes up. So it depends upon which age group the country or the place depends. Demand function. The cause-effect relationship between variables can be expressed in a functional notation. Demand function specifies a functional relationship between demand for a good and the determinants of this demand. And we have many factors. Market demand also depends upon size of a population. So demand function can be shown as, now here you can see the functional notation and the demand related to it, that is of the different commodity. So we put it as an X, demand for commodity X. Then you have the price related to commodity. So if it is related to commodity, that is in another product, so we put it as a Y. Then T for taste, Y consumer income, U other factor. We know what is demand, and Because of two reasons the demand changes. One, because of changes in price, and second one is because of other factors. Usually, if all other factors remain constant, the consumer buys more quantity of goods at lower price during a particular time and buys less quantity of goods at a higher price. We have to see here that the other factor remains constant. Assumptions of law of demand. We observe the factors other than price are constant. So the inverse relationship between price and demand of goods are expressed by the law of demand is based upon these assumptions. First, taste and preference of consumer remain unchanged. Income of consumer remains unchanged. Price of substitute and complementary goods remain unchanged. Consumer do not make anticipation regarding future price. Size of population remains the same. Let us see demand schedule with a diagram. Now here you can see the price of the milk is given and the demand of the milk, that is in liter it has been mentioned. 1 liter is equal to 50 rupees. Now as the price decreases, and it is an important or essential commodity, so if the price is decreasing we consume more. You can see the x-axis and the y-axis. On the x-axis the demand is being put and on the y-axis we are showing the price of the product. Now as the price is decreasing, you can see the demand is increasing. So we see a demand curve DD is being plotted. So as the price was 50, we had the demand of 1 liter. Now when the price is decreasing 40, then we demanded 2 liter, 30, then we demanded 3 liter, 20, 4 liter, and when it came to rupees 10, we demanded 5 liter. So you can see the demand slope downward from left to right, which indicates the inverse relationship between price and demand. That shows as the price decreases, demand increases. Now, when we analyze, there are two reasons for inverse relationship between price and demand. First is income effect and the second is substitutional effect. Income effect. When the monetary income of a consumer remains constant, but the price of the goods falls, then his real income increases. That is, his purchasing power of the money increases. Now for example, the consumer is going to buy a goods, and here they have put an example about the milk according to the graph what we had shown before. So the money is rupees 50 with him and the price of milk 1 liter is rupees 50. So he is going to purchase only 1 liter. Now the price has come down to rupees 10 per liter. So he is going to demand 5 liter. Now in the substitution effect, what happens is, if the price of the concerned goods falls, then it becomes relatively cheaper than its substitute. For example, they have given you two varieties of pant. So cotton pant is there and denim pant is there. If the price of the cotton pant or the regular pant falls and the denim pant remains the same, naturally the consumer will think of purchasing the regular pant as it is cheaper. So here we are changing our product. So this is your substitutional effect. So here we learn that there are two reasons. One is income effect and the other one is your substitutional effect.